Maybe this is why people don't like me. Maybe I need to stop being condescending. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I decided to do kind of like a response video to my video that got really popular because I think a lot of people are taking my words out of context. I've actually been meaning to film this video for a very long time, but I just haven't really gotten around to it. But I remembered, guys, I'm going to be watching this video and kind of talking about some things that I regret saying or things that I changed my mind on or things that I want to word better, because I think some people kind of misunderstood what I was trying to say and some people thought that I was intentionally trying to be offensive. Personally, watching this video, I did kind of get like weird vibes from it. Like, I totally understand why some people would dislike this because I think there are some things that I could have worded better. Yeah, let's just watch this. Hello friends and welcome back to another. First of all, can we talk about this hair because that is not cute. Today I will be talking about a very weird thing I've been seeing on TikTok and YouTube called a subliminal. Okay, so I think this was kind of strike one for a lot of people, which is really unfortunate because it occurs 10 seconds in the video. I kind of understand why people in the subliminal community would be offended by this. By this, what I mostly meant was that race-changing subliminals are weird. Like, that is what the video is about after all. I did say later in the video that a lot of spiritual communities use subliminals and that I think that's all fine and dandy as long as it's not necessarily race changing, you know what I mean? Because that's weird and I feel like I kind of need to speak out about Asian subliminals because it seems like not a lot of people are. Not all heroes wear capes. Some of them wear bad green hair with a Pop-Tarts shirt. I don't believe that all subliminals are weird. Like I said later in the video, I do think subliminals can be a great way to manifest things. And I do believe that subliminals do help to motivate you to achieve these things in your life. But I don't think that this applies to race because race is in your DNA. Also, I feel like some people kind of misunderstood my point because this is not a video to debate whether or not subliminals work. Repeat that with me. This is not a video to judge whether or not subliminals work. This is a video to point out how a lot of people are being creepy and fetishizing Asian people. This is, I don't, like I said, I don't care if they work or not. This is such a weird place to be because I am in this tiny corner of the internet telling people to use their critical thinking skills. And the internet is like the worst place to tell people to use their critical thinking skills because so many people on the internet just don't have any. People have the right to choose who they want to be. Yes, people do have free will. People can choose who they want to be, but you can't choose your race, bro. I don't understand why some people think that you do have the freedom to choose your race because no, you cannot. I think things like be who you want to be are things like your interests or your hobbies or your fashion style. With those things, obviously everyone is free to express themselves. But with things like race, I don't even understand why you would want to change that. The people here just use this because their parents are Asian, but they ended up not looking like them. Someone in my comments actually pointed out that if you do look white, then you should probably enjoy your privilege. And I do highly agree with that because here in America and a lot of other countries, we do live in a society where being white is very much considered the norm or considered the expectation, and the rest of us are kind of oppressed as a byproduct of that. If you do look white, then you probably already have this sort of privilege, and I think things like that are so much more important than wanting to be aesthetic and having cat eyes or whatever, because things like racial injustice can and have ruined people's lives. Up till very recent times, it was legal to not hire people or to fire people or to beat up people for being a different race. Your life is more important than wanting to be aesthetic, you know? Your social status and the way that the entire world perceives you is definitely more of a bigger factor than wanting to look aesthetic or Pinteresty or whatever. Maybe that's some food for thought for some of you. What kind of low point do you have to hit in your life for you to start watching these? Okay, I think that part was pretty condescending. There are a lot of parts of this video where I do get kind of condescending, and I do realize that a lot of the time when I'm oh, you must be really depressed to watch these videos, or yeah, I think I probably shouldn't have said that, and I honestly do regret it now because I think the issue here is bigger than just people being insecure, and the issue here is a lot bigger than people being super insecure with themselves. I just repeated myself. This is probably why I don't have a lot of friends, because I don't know how to put my thoughts into words in an effective way. So far it just looks like music and rain sounds. I really don't understand how this is supposed to help you. So people did correct me. They said that there were affirmations underneath the music, but again, that's not the point. I don't care whether these work or not because the fact that they exist in itself is already very problematic, and it does point to a lot of very big issues surrounding glamorization and stereotyping, which you can watch my other video about, by the way. I think not enough of you have watched that video because some of you still comment like the same old thing over and over again, and every time I go through my comments, I lose a couple of brain cells. Oh my god, am I being condescending again? I'm so sorry. Unless you're one of those nasty people who dislike all my videos, like, I'm very sorry. But if you are one of those people who just dislike all my videos just because it's fun, you will be talking to my lawyer. When you want to become a K-pop idol, but the companies never accept Americans. Yes, they don't accept Americans for a reason, because it's K-pop, not A-pop. So I did learn that the K-pop industry does have a lot of non-Koreans who are like East Asian. So a lot of people in the comments were like, oh, then do you believe that like Americans are, or like other races are not allowed to be part of the industry? To that, my answer is that it kind of depends, because a lot of people who are not Asian, they often just want to be part of the industry just because it seems like super aesthetic and fancy to them, and they never actually like want to learn about the culture or the language or anything. They just want to be able to sing and dance and look pretty. And honestly, like, who doesn't like to sing and dance and look pretty? Like, even if you're bad at singing and dancing the way that I am, still like have fun doing that, you know? Like, it's a very human thing to enjoy singing, to enjoy music, and to enjoy dance and movement. It's very natural for everyone to enjoy that. Media is not an accurate representation of everyone within a group. You can't stereotype like 1.7 billion people just by looking at like one group, you know? You know what I mean? Like, that just doesn't make any sense. You don't have to be like so desperate to be exactly like somebody. Like, you do understand that it's okay to like have your own appearance and have your own life. I think that's the issue too with a lot of these subliminals, is that people always want to be exactly like someone else, you know? Like, they're just unable to find happiness and self-worth within just being who they are. So they kind of turn to wanting to be exactly like someone else. And honestly, I feel like that is a universal experience, and whether you are a weird fetishizer or not, you can relate to that to some level, because everybody does have things they want to change about themselves. Everyone does have like an ideal version of them in their heads. That's not an excuse for you to go around being creepy. I'm sorry. If you are someone who's watched this before and you are feeling offended by what I'm saying, then too bad, honey. Oh my god. The entire condescending thing is kind of jumping out here. I feel like the way that I executed and edited this video also kind of contributed to a lot of people taking my words out of context, because to a lot of people it might seem like I am just blindly insulting them and that I'm like coming for their necks. I was just trying to make like a response video. I was trying to give my 2 cents on my opinions on this topic. And again, like, I don't think the entire subliminal community is bad. I think there are a lot of really great people in it, and a lot of really great things that can come out of subliminals, like self-confidence subliminals. Like, I think instead of watching an Asian subliminal, you should watch a self-confidence subliminal, like, because those are things that you can learn. You can learn to love yourself. You can learn to appreciate who you are and just be comfortable in your own body. And those are things that these subliminals can help you work towards. But changing your race is not the answer, and changing your race is not automatically going to make you super happy. Yeah, I think that's just another issue with these, is that they kind of perpetuate the entire culture of like never being satisfied with yourself and always wanting to go for whatever is popular, whatever is trendy, or whatever they think is attractive. I think the issue with aesthetics too, beyond just like the materialism that comes with it, is also that they kind of box you into this idea of what is considered attractive. So instead of like beauty being a nuanced thing the way it should be, people associate certain things with beauty and certain things with being ugly, and they kind of limit themselves that way, you know? Like, people who are into like the kawaii aesthetic or whatever, like, they limit themselves to just this one appearance instead of being able to practice this aesthetic from all different angles as who they are. Like, y'all don't want to look Asian, y'all just want to be pretty. I still stand by that point, and I actually am making a different video about like wanting to have stereotypically Asian features versus wanting to change your race. A lot of the people who watch these videos, they don't actually want to be Asian, they just want to be pretty, which is pretty obvious, you know? Like, the way that a lot of these fetishizers see Asians is in like a very glamorized media perspective, where everybody is like super airbrushed and has like perfect skin, like perfect makeup, whatever. And this is obviously not a real representation of real people. I am living proof that that this is not accurate. Like, a lot of these Asian subliminals guarantee things like big eyes. Like, where are the big eyes? Like, I'm Asian, like, where are my big eyes, please? And they guarantee things like symmetrical face. Where? Again, like, where can I get that? And the fact that they have like body subliminals that are like fit body subliminals and they call it Asian body is weird, because everybody has a different body. Like, you can go to like your local Asian market and there are people of all different body types, all different heights, and instead of calling it like an Asian subliminal, maybe you should call it like a beauty subliminal or something like that, because these are clearly not accurate representations of Asian people. People in the thumbnails are like very attractive people. Just say that you want to look good and go. I think I agree with most of what I say from this point on, which is really unfortunate because a lot of people do click out of this video pretty early and they don't get to hear like what I actually have to say. They just open the video, they press dislike and they leave. Honestly, respect to you guys. Like, you guys really did gang up on me. You guys really combined your fetishization powers to obliterate the big bad enemy. Maybe this is why people don't like me. Maybe I need to stop being condescending. Maybe I should watch a Stop Being Condescending subliminal. Oh my god, that was also condescending. Honestly, I'm really glad that I'm not famous because I would be cancelled so fast. Okay, let's just finish this off. And the most concerning thing about all of these is how many views and likes they have. I am proof that being Asian doesn't solve your issues because I am looking at this video and like, why do I look like that? Why do I look like that? I don't like this, guys. I'm still really confused about why these videos have so many views. I would expect this to be a very niche community, and yet there are videos with almost 1 million views, and that honestly kind of freaks me out, not gonna lie. Like, there are 1 million people who are like this. Or maybe it's just like the same like 100,000 people because the subliminals do say to watch these multiple times a day. I'm just going to think that for now so that I can sleep better at night. So I think generally what I'm trying to say in this video is that, first of all, I do apologize if I did offend the subliminal community, like the general subliminal community in any way. I probably should have looked more into that, but I didn't. I wanted to get this video out really fast, you know, like I wanted to get this out while like the Asian subliminal thing was like trending like earlier this year because I wanted people to see this video. I wanted people to know why this is weird because it seems like no one was actually like raising awareness about it. And also, like, I do still stand by the fact that stereotyping a different race is like very weird. It's obvious, like if someone stereotyped your race and like made videos about like wanting to be that, like that would kind of be weird. I don't know, maybe you might see it as a compliment, but I don't. And this is my channel where I talk about my opinions, so if you don't agree, then that's completely fine. But if you do agree, then hello and welcome to the gang. Maybe you should subscribe while you're at it. So yeah, I think that's kind of it for my response. If I can think of more stuff to say, then I'll probably add that in the comments or in the description box. So remember to look out for that. And also, if you're here to just dislike this video, I just don't know what to say. Like, I think the dislikes and like the nasty comments did kind of affect me at first, but now I'm just kind of used to it. Like, I'll wake up and I'll be like, oh, someone just left me another nasty comment. That's just another day in the life, I guess. So yeah, I mean, if things get too bad, then I can always contact the CEO of YouTube because, you know, that's just like 500 subscriber things. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed that video, and if you did, then please watch my other videos. Please subscribe, like, maybe share with a friend if you're feeling funky enough, and hopefully I'll see you again next time. Goodbye!